Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Chase Lee, and welcome back to my continuing coverage of the Marvel animated series on Disney Plus that premieres every single Wednesday. What If? It's a show where we just take different scenarios throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we twist them on their heads, and we will see what happens if one minor thing happens with one of our characters and which path they kind of go on. So, really just kind of excited to see this show progress every single week because every single episode is different. They have no connection to each other whatsoever. So they're nice standalone episodes and stories, and it's really kind of fun to see how creative they can get with it. So last week we had episode 3, which was the Avengers were being taken out. Loki also is in power. We saw which Avenger was killing fellow Avengers, and it kind of had like this horror element to it, this Jekyll and Hyde situation, and it was really cool. It was my favorite one thus far. Until we get to this one. This is episode 4, and what if Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands? So he gets into the accident, and he doesn't have anything wrong with his hands, but he has lost the love of his life, played by Rachel McAdams, Christine. And so he uses the Eye of Agamotto to kind of go back in time to see if he can change the course of that accident to see if she could live. And no matter what he did, she was always supposed to die. And of course, Tilda Swinton kind of comes in and is just like, you can't keep doing this. This is permanent. You cannot fix this. And you're going to go crazy doing so. And you could cause a rift in the universe. And this isn't healthy. And of course, he gets obsessed with it because he wants to see the love of his life one more time. And it's just really kind of tragic to see him go down this route. And of course, at the very end, there is a twist, just like with all these other episodes, of what actually happened with Tilda Swinton and how she interacted with Strange after the accident. But to see him kind of go down this dark path was really fascinating because I could also see this happen. He is the type of person that has an ego. He is very arrogant, and he really makes it about himself sometimes. So having him want to do this to get the love of his life back, regardless if it messes up the universe, he was willing to take that chance. And that totally falls in line with his character. And that was really, like I said, just tragic and sad and just kind of horrific to see how dark he can go down that path. And it really kind of kept me on edge, and I really liked the flow of this episode. It felt like a very self-contained little thriller, really kind of highlighting, like I said, the horror elements to it, and they've been teasing that for the Doctor Strange sequel, so if they can get anywhere close to like what this was like, I'm all on board. But yes, I really liked just the emotional heft to this episode, the thriller aspect, the suspense. It was just a really well-rounded story. And it really makes a difference when you get the people that were in Doctor Strange to come back and voice the characters. This is what I've been saying for the past 3 episodes now. Some of them did not come back and do their characters. It makes a huge difference when you can hear the actor that has played it in live action. It adds so much more depth to the performance, because that's what this is all about in animation. Like, you have to have a great voice performer to really bring it to life and really just take it to that next level and make it believable. But yeah, I like Benedict coming back, and of course Benedict Wong, Rachel McAdams, Jeffrey Wright was the Watcher. Everyone comes back, and I really just enjoyed their presence, and it makes a huge difference, like I said. That's pretty much it for the episode in terms of like what I thought. It is definitely my favorite one thus far. I love tragic romances. I love love stories, so this was right up my alley. But yes, this is definitely my favorite one thus far out of the series. And that's it for my non-spoiler section. So I'll go ahead and I guess jump into spoiler stuff right now. So 3, 2, 1. There's your warning. Excuse me. So a couple things that stood out to me in terms of like spoiler type of content is the fact that Tilda Swinton's character, the Ancient One, she divided up Doctor Strange to have 2 paths. a good Doctor Strange and an evil one. So we were following the evil one, and then the twist at the very end showed us that there was two going on at the same time. Because deep down, Doctor Strange is a little bit of both. So, kind of seeing that twist kind of unfold, realizing that this could translate into live action. And we could see that with like Spider-Man No Way Home, and have an evil Doctor Strange and, have him go a little crazy. And so that was really interesting. And then this was the first one out of the What If batch so far that had one of the characters interact with the Watcher. That was also fascinating. Jeffrey Wright's character, really great narrator, by the way. He interacts with Doctor Strange in this episode, and he's just like, can you please turn back time? I made a mistake. And he's like, no, you have to let it play out and stuff. And so, I don't know. It was really cool to see him finally interact with the characters and stuff. But that was kind of like the only, like, I guess, spoiler stuff. Not really too big or anything, but yeah, love this episode. So let me know down below what you thought of this week's episode of What If, episode 4 with Doctor Strange. And let me know if you liked it, you loved it, you hated it, just all that type of stuff. And that will do it for this review, guys. Tune in next week for episode 5. I love just seeing where this series goes, because you have no idea where it goes. It's always surprising. So I will see you guys next week for episode 5 of What If. See you guys later.